Today, on this opportunity to accumulate health, we're talking about pre and post workout nutrition and literally just how to maximize the 20, 30, 60 minutes you or I may be spending, in the gym doing our training so that, our body can just crush it in life. So hit that subscribe button or click that little bell to be notified when there's a new video showing up. Because as always, I'll be hanging out in the comment section, for about 30 minutes or so after the video is released to just respond to any of your concerns or comments related, in this case, to pre and post workout nutrition and just making sure, there's no confusion in what you want to do around food and your training sessions. So, I interviewed the fittest 50-year-old woman on the planet a few months ago, and she mentioned that she goes to training. She doesn't go to exercise, she's not going to work out, but she's going to training. And I thought, man, that is such a great way to look at it. I think that thought process adds so much value to the time spent, lifting weights, pulling bands, hopping on the bike, getting on the treadmill, going on that trail run, doing the elliptical, pushing play, on your beach body routine, whatever it is that you're doing that gets your heart rate up, gets your lungs burning, your quads burning, showing up to that fitness class at the gym. We are showing up to train our being to manifest at its highest level in life via physical exertion. So, it isn't just to burn a bunch of calories, to burn off the milkshake from last night, or to punish our body because it's not as aesthetically, pleasing as we prefer it to be. No, we're going there to enable ourselves to be more capable, to do more in a more efficient manner in life. So in light of that, I think it is high value we consider how we are preparing our body to train via our nutrition, and then how we're supporting our body to recover as efficiently as possible after we've done our training session. And there's no perfect formula. It's not out there because we're all individual human beings, but there's some great guides and guardrails that we can put in place that help ourselves out here. So at the onset, don't overthink it. Don't get bogged down in, I got to get this. I missed a gram of, carbohydrates. I missed a gram of protein, or, geez, I forgot my post-workout shake, or I didn't prepare. I didn't bring food. This training session's just, I lost it. Got nothing out of it because of that. No, that's not the case at all. We're looking to find a consistent rhythm to support our best workout sessions. And there's no perfect meal. There's no perfect timing. There is that C word though, which is consistency. Over time, it is wild how we can get these massive results just because we were consistently showing up. So let's get into this. If I don't cover, your particular training scenario, you can leave me a comment, fire us a message, and I'm happy to give you a little guidance and support you, because I'm all about people getting their training in. If you get your training in, you're just gonna feel better about life. And if you feel better about life, everybody that comes in contact with you is gonna feel better about life. So if you're getting up, say you're training at 5 a.m., your best bet pre-workout is to keep your pre-workout food very, very small. Because the thing is, the body pre-5 a.m., it's not ready for a bunch of food. The digestive process, it's still trying to sleep or repair and refresh itself. It's in refresh mode, from the night of sleep. So putting a meal in it, having a bunch of big egg omelet or something, it's going to pull way too much blood into your digestive tract and keep your muscles, your heart, your lungs, your brain, really from being able to function at their highest level. Your system just is not prepared at that time. So, eating half a banana, eating a couple dates, maybe an egg, getting, 10 to 15 grams of clean supplemental protein, getting, maybe a couple ounces of yogurt, or, a couple slices of turkey, 5 to 10 grams of, say, essential amino acids, like in a powder. That's what I'd be looking at pre-workout, if you're just like basically waking up in the morning and hitting the gym. Post-workout, you really want to load up, and you can load up because the body is going to be ready for you by then. And have yourself a great breakfast. Aiming for at least 30 grams of protein, and it can be up to 40 grams, and about 50 to 100 grams of carbohydrates. Ideally within about 1 to 2 hours of doing that workout. And right at that 60-minute mark, I would say is your ideal zone. About 60 minutes post-workout. If you fill up, put a full meal in you immediately after you work out, after you train, you'll likely end up feeling bloated, a little lethargic, feel like your blood sugar kind of crashes a little later on in the day, even if it's real food, because all the blood has gone to your muscles during the training, from your digestive tract. And so on the other hand, if you fast after your workouts, especially coming out of a morning routine, you could end up with excess cortisol production, potentially lasting the rest of the day, and insulin sensitivity being lacking a little bit. So that's not gonna help you out, because excess cortisol melts muscle tissue. Now, it's not gonna help your training session. That's not gonna help your body adapt and refresh for the next workout. So my kind of post-workout foods would be like eggs, meat, goat whey protein, sweet potatoes, quinoa, black or wild rices, figs, dates, berries, whole yogurt. A mixture of those proteins and carbohydrate dense foods to get yourself a nice post-workout training session meal. Outside of that, first thing in the morning workout routine, really the key is to find foods or a food routine that keeps you feeling sharp and just energized throughout your training session, so you can get the most out of it. There's nothing that I like less than showing up in the middle of a workout, because usually I might feel fine when I show up, but it's literally like 5-10 minutes in, like, man, my body is worn out because of the food I put in it. So we require carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, squash, oats, sprouted grains, wild rice, black rice, raw honey, dates, figs, oats, to replenish our glycogen stores post-workout, to enable us to show up for the next training session fully charged. So we want to make sure these guys are on board, for sure after the workout, but even a little bit beforehand. And eating something like a fiber or a cellulose dense food, say broccoli or kale or cabbage or cauliflower, a bunch of lettuce, salad before a workout, or even right after a workout, that's actually likely to make you feel way more sluggish in your workout, feeling slower recovery afterwards, because it takes so much energy to break those foods down. I mean, they're almost 99% non-caloric, right? They're just basically fibrous cellular cell memory material. So a bunch of fiber content is going to keep energy sitting in your digestive tract, rather than going to fill up your glycogen stores or be used or able to be used as a fuel during your training session. You can't use fiber as fuel, unfortunately, even though I know there's a book out there called Fiber Fuel. And it doesn't make them bad foods for us. In fact, there's plenty of blessing from those foods. It just means that ideally, and I would consume them as part of my meals during the day, rather than loading them up before or after my workouts. So beyond the carbohydrate dense foods for glycogen store replenishment, we require to repair our muscle tissue, protein. We all hear about protein all the time, right? And if we're not getting enough protein, we're just going to break down, and we're going to break down more from our training sessions. So if there's not sufficient amino acids showing up to the muscle, to the bone, to the connective tissue cells post a training session, then our body is going to be really slow in adapting to that training session. That adaptation is going to be compromised. That's going to result in less strength gains, less power gains, less muscle gains, increased risk of injuries, and less bone density being created. So ideally, we want to match the glycogen replenishing of the carbohydrate dense foods I mentioned earlier with things like protein dense foods like raw milk or eggs, or lean cuts of meat, fish, the goat whey protein shake, plain yogurt. And if you really want to get into the math, then I would shoot for probably about 20 to 40 grams within the hour window after you train. Get it in that hour, load it up, man, you are going to be fueling your next workout as your last workout just ended. So I usually work out around 4 to 4:30 p.m. and I found when I would bring a salad to work, like chicken salad or steak salad to work, and I'd have it for lunch, usually about like 2.5 hours before my training session, man, I felt exhausted. Like, man, I am heavy. I am just not making it. So I switched, and now I'll do whole yogurt, plain yogurt, 2 scoops of GoWhey protein, some homemade granola, some berries on there. And man, now I walk into the gym in the late afternoon training session, I feel like light, I feel like I have great energy, and I'm able to just cruise on through and feel like this has been great. And so understand, all of us have a little different variance in what our body wants, and it makes it easiest for us to show up in the workout session. But I think the biggest thing of all is to change our mind around what we're doing workouts for, training sessions for, and how we're fueling our body. Because if we're thinking, like I said earlier, I had a rowdy weekend, let me just go punish myself in the gym. Or I'm trying to get skinny, so I want to burn all these calories, or I don't want to, I don't like how my aesthetics are, so I'm gonna go, do an hour on the treadmill, and as opposed to thinking, you know what, I want to get my body functioning most awesomely. I want to see what my body's capable of, so I'm going to go train it in a way, and I'm gonna fuel it. I'm gonna make sure it has everything it needs to get stronger, to promote metabolic responsiveness in my system. I'm going to give it what it needs, which is why we want to fuel it. We don't want to just fast all the time around our workouts. We want to fuel those workouts. We want to make sure that they're available. Like the body has what it needs to enable us to go lift more weights, to enable us to run longer, run faster longer, to not bonk 10 minutes in our workout and feel like we just kind of get where it's like, oh my goodness, I don't want to go work out again. I want to go train again because I'm just exhausted from training, because we have not been supporting, we're not nourishing our being related to training. And I think this is huge. And it will even, I think you'll find so much more enjoyment in your training if you said, okay, for the next 3 months, all I'm thinking about is how can I do more? Like, how can I get it in that same amount of time, enable my body to do more fitness during this time frame? Whether that's lifting more, that's more repetitions, that's more jump ropes, that's running a longer distance in the same amount of time, that's running faster for a particular distance. That's doing a Reebok pump class and being able to use a little more weight, or not having to take any breaks. Like, think about it that way. Think about, I am gaining fitness. I'm becoming more capable because I'm training my being, rather than trying to just be skinnier, or trying to be fit in this clothing, or trying to discipline myself for having the milkshake or going to fast food, these kind of things. That kind of stuff's not going to last, and you're not really going to get in the end what you want from some awesome training. So let me know what your favorite post or pre-training meals are. I would love to hear about in the comments. So many people have such unique things they do that man, I would love to try them out. If it's working for you, maybe it'll work even better for me. And also check out below for the free handout related to pre and post meals and even supplemental support you can check out to support yourself. Man, if you get fitter and I get fitter, we're just gonna feel better about life. You know what? There'll be a lot more smiling going around, which will help all of us out. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.